and it's a little strange not to see Philip up there with her, the love of her life. You know, she was 8 years old when she met him at a family wedding. They come from a long line, both sides of the family, of monarchies, and Princess Marina of Greece, which was Philip's cousin, was marrying Prince George of Denmark, which is Elizabeth's uncle. So they went to this wedding. She sees him. He was very handsome, but she's only 8 years old. She probably didn't even think anything of it, but did meet him. Then 5 years later, when she was 13 and he was 18, they saw each other again at the Royal Navy College, and her parents were there with her. Her parents said, "Girls, we are going to go take a tour of the college, of the school, and we want you to stay with your relative." And it happened to end up being her husband all these years later. She was so young. She was 13, but she said he was so handsome and he was so fun. He would jump the tennis nets with them and have lunch with them and have tea the next day. And she said she fell in love then. Then 9 years later, when she was 21, she became engaged. Her parents announced it the next day to the country, and then that was July, and in November they were married at Westminster Abbey. And he had to become a British citizen. He had to renounce his Greek title. He converted to the Anglican Church. He grew up a Greek Orthodox. She was 21 and he was 25. And was that hard for him? Was that ever talked about? Because I remember watching one of the movies, and I'm not sure if this is accurate, but he did not want to bow down to her at her coronation. Right. And he said, "I want it televised." So she said, "I will televise it, but you have to bow to me." That must be hard. And for the rest of their life, he had to walk 2 steps behind his wife.
Yeah, and I think that the other thing to bear in mind is that he was on a real fast track to be incredibly successful himself in the military, and he gave all that up to be that person 2 steps behind. I mean, that's an when men didn't.
Shalom, y'all. I know y'all checking out the matriarchy. What's really going on? Thing is, we okay with this though. We okay with a man marrying the queen and still being called a prince. When this man been older than her, he been knowing this girl all his life since she was 8 years old. And he royalty, supposedly. Well, we know these people is far from royalty. But he in the same so-called royal chain as she in. But the matriarchy still got him 2 steps behind her. How the hell he marry her and he don't become a king? How is this possible? How is the queen married to a prince? We cool with this though. We don't say nothing about this. We celebrate this. Everybody out there about to have a concert and everything to celebrate this matriarchy. We cool with the man walking 2 steps behind the woman, but we not cool with the man being in power like God said. That's the problem. We got to realize where we at and what's really going on, man. This is Satan's playground. And anybody that agree with the woman being in front of the man and the woman making a man bow down to him in any shape or form is wicked as hell. This is not how God created the earth to be. The woman was supposed to be in subjection at all times. But the times we in now, this is what's praised. Everybody is out there, man. Everybody gonna be watching this all day. And Most High will, you already know. But this is madness, man. Just understand, this is not how it's supposed to be. This is not the way it's supposed to be, man. The woman ain't supposed to be able to be, how you gonna be a queen and you marry a prince, which you were a princess before. You married another prince, you become the queen, or you're a queen and he's not a king. How does that work? How does that work? And he got to bow down to you. Only in a matriarchy. I just wanted y'all to see that, man. Shalom.